This short video is going to talk about the power of open-ended questions when you're meeting with a donor. Now, a lot of times it takes a long time and a lot of work and a lot of effort to get a meeting with a donor, but what you'll find is the real work begins in trying to make the most of the visit with the donor, and most importantly, trying to make the visit as valuable to the donor as possible. So it's always interesting to me that you see all the work that goes into planning a meeting, particularly if you have volunteers or board members that are involved in the meeting. You want to give them the background on the donor and how they're involved with the organization, touch points with the organization, donations, that sort of thing. But a lot of times we leave out one of the most critical things, which is open-ended questions. It's not just about asking for a donation. It's about asking questions about how they got involved with your nonprofit, why they got involved with your nonprofit. And also it's really important that you're trying to find out as much as possible about what they're most interested in. And the other thing that I find that folks fail to do is we tend to think that donors know more about our nonprofit than they really do. So another great question is to ask them, what do you know about our nonprofit? Or are there any questions you have about our nonprofit? Now, you don't want to come off as interrogating the donor, but by asking open-ended questions, you're going to find out a lot of information, and it's really going to help you on the spot choreograph your meeting to be as responsive as possible to the motivational triggers, the desires, the real interest of the donor in your nonprofit. So I'd urge you to look into open-ended questions. They're particularly really important when you're working with volunteers or folks that might not be as comfortable fundraising, because with open-ended questions, they don't have to do a lot of the talking. The donor will do a lot of the talking, which helps folks feel a lot more comfortable. Plus, it really adds energy to the meeting when you're finding out from the donor, specifically through their own words, what they're most interested in and why they're involved with your nonprofit.